Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Hang. It's Wednesday. I'm Sid Kingsley,
Hey guys, I'm Gabrielle Silvers.
o-
Welcome.
otherwise known as Gabby Gabs, Gabatron 5000.
G Money.
G Money, and this week we are doing
The band.
The Band. You may know them, you may not know them. They're great. If you don't know them, you're going to find out in this episode. One of my favorite bands. Next week, it ties in really nicely with Bob Dylan because without Bob Dylan, I don't think anybody would know who the band is. He kind of discovered them, or no, he didn't discover them, but they were his backing band.
So
Um,
did they give themselves the name the band like before they were with Bob Dylan or because they were with Bob Dylan?
no, before they were with Dylan, so they used to be with this guy called Ronnie Hawkins. He's a Canadian, so they're all Canadians except for Levon Helms.
He's the drummer and
Rest in peace.
he's just the sweetest guy.
He's really the heart and soul of the band. I feel like, and Robbie Robertson's the asshole, and you'll never convince me that he's not.
I think most people feel that way. I think a lot of people who know the drama that went on behind the band kind of have a little anger towards good old Robbie there.
Yep. I was actually on Hulu last night, and Robbie Robertson has a documentary, and I can't even bring myself to watch it. I just can't do it.
When did that come out?
But who cares?
Yeah,
Um,
that dude.
and I don't like to say that. I don't like to really like write people off like that, but Robbie did them dirty.
So he basically like took all the royalties for the
Mhm.
songs, and that's why people don't like him, right? Or like what happened?
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, it was the '70s, and they were all doing a lot of drugs, and he kind of took advantage of the fact that they needed money. And in most people, like when you write a song, if you're in a band, the band takes credit for the songwriting, and Robbie made himself the sole songwriter and gave none of the other members credit. So
Oof.
he got all of
Talk
the
about
credits.
doing someone dirty.
Then it gets into like the Last Waltz, and that was their last farewell concert, and they didn't really want it to be their last concert. That was Robbie and Martin Scorsese's uh, child, as far as that went. I didn't really want to start this episode off getting off onto shitting on Robbie Robertson.
Let's start on a positive note. What
yeah.
songs we got today?
Yeah, we're gonna go way back. We're gonna do some. So I'm gonna do some band, and I got the sunglasses on because it's about to get hot up in here. It's about to get real, and
So take off all your clothes.
that's right, and put on your sunglasses. So yeah, I'm gonna do some songs. We'll start. So they had this thing called the Basement Tapes, and that was where. So Bob Dylan had moved up to Woodstock, New York, and they moved into this house called Big Pink, and Albert Grossman, who was Dylan's manager, decided that they wanted to kind of record what they were doing. They were just hanging out every day and doing a bunch of blow and writing songs.
Like one would do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's a very productive and creative. The Beatniks all had their things. They did their what was the thing called, the bennies, where they would take the.
Are those the same things as Quaaludes?
No.
Very
It's
different.
just a type of amphetamine they would get out of inhalers.
So
and they
like
would
the
put it in their
opposite.
coffee. Yeah, it's the opposite. But yeah, so they would sit around and they would, they wrote songs every day. And Albert Grossman was like, well, we should record this. And so this kind of bootleg tape came out called the Basement Tapes. And there's so many good songs. So I'm going to start there, and then I'll get into the later band stuff. So yeah, I'll do this one that's by Bob Dylan. The band's called Ain't No More Cane. And it's about sugarcane. And I actually first played this song with this guy named Philip Gibbs. You remember Philip?
I remember Philip.
I don't miss a lot of people. I'm kind of an introvert and whatever, but he's somebody that I miss playing with, and he's a great dude.
He's a good songwriter.
Yeah, he's an amazing songwriter, and he's kind of like he's just a wanderer. He's one of those people that kind of wanders in and out of people's lives, and like.
Yeah, we met him in Richmond, Virginia, where we are located at this current moment. But I think
Not for long, no.
I think he came here by way of Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah, he's from down in Texas. He's born and bred in Texas. And
He's a sweet man.
He is.
He's a sweetheart.
And a hell of a songwriter. But yeah, we used to play this song with him. I'd never heard it, and come to find out, of course, it's a great song, and it's by the band and Bob Dylan. So without further ado, Ain't No More Cain. Ain't no more cane on the brazos. Oh, it's all been ground down to molasses. Should have been on that river in 1910. They were driving them women like they was driving them men. Go down, old Hannah, don't you rise no more. Don't you rise up to that judgment day's for sure. Ain't no more cane on that brazos. It's all been ground down to molasses. Captain, don't you do me like you've done poor old China. Well, you drove that old bully till he went stone blind. Wake up on a lifetime and you hold up your own head. Well, you may get a pardon and then you might drop dead. Ain't no more cane on the brazos. It's all been ground down to molasses.
That was beautiful.
Right? That's a good song. It's so good. I don't know, it's one of those like kind of half folk, half, history, and that's why I really like folk music in general, is cuz it's talks about, what is it, kind of gives you the feeling like what it would have been like to be, out there chopping, sugar cane and just being driven by this like, union worker or this boss man that's out there just like, cut more of this shit. You work, and basically the imagery of like working your whole life and then you drop dead, and I think a lot of people can relate to.
Wow, shit just got real, y'all.
I mean, for real, it's heavy. It's like, that's real life right there. That's that real shit. We all complain about stuff, but it's like, man,
Yeah, it's also like tough to think about working your ass off your whole life and then
at the
then
end
you die.
yeah, and then you got nothing to show for it except some, fucked up hands
And that goes for like blue collar, white collar jobs, like
All
all
of
the
it.
fucking same. Like if you're just working all the time and you don't have anything that brings you joy in your life.
Mm-hmm. So find your joy and hold on to it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So I wanna go ahead and do another one. I'm feeling good, feeling like singing a lot. I'm gonna sing some songs, and I love these songs. So this one's really cool. This one's called Bessie Smith. If you don't know who Bessie Smith is, you should check her out. She was a blues singer from the 20s. Actually, Queen Latifah played her in a HBO movie not too long ago. A couple years ago. It's really good. If you have a chance to watch it, it's really good. But yeah, Bessie Smith is amazing. She was one of the first like blues singers. Her and they just came out with another movie.
Didn't we just see it?
Yeah, we just saw it.
With what's his name?
Yep.
That died.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're really doing it justice.
The guy. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, if you know the name of the movie we're talking about, where that very handsome black actor that recently passed away was in, and they did a blues movie, leave it down in the comments below because it's gonna drive me nuts.
And it's it was the predecessor of predecessor means before, right?
I think so.
Yeah, whatever.
It's probably like a.
Anyway, she was before Bessie, and Bessie learned from her, and so, but it was like, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Transformer. That's what I was trying to say. Predecessor is like a type of transformer.
Oh my God. Anyway, this song's called Bessie Smith, and it's a good one. Bessie was more than just a friend of mine. Oh, we shared the good times and the bad. Oh, now many a year has passed me by. Oh, and I still can't recall the best thing I ever had. Just going down the road to see Bessie. Oh, and I'm gonna see her soon. I'm going down the road to see Bessie Smith. When I get there, I wonder what she'll do. Oh, now the crazy things that I had to try. Oh, and I tried them all and then some. Ooh, but if you're lucky one day, you'll find out where it is you're really coming from. Going down the road to see Bessie. Oh, and I'm gonna see her soon. Going down the road to see Bessie Smith. When I get there, oh, I wonder what she'll do. Oh, now back in my day, I made some foolish moves. Oh, but back then I didn't worry her sweet love on the way that she could sing. Just going down the road to see Bessie. Oh, and I'm gonna see her soon. Just going down the road to see Bessie Smith. When I get there, I wonder what she'll sing. Oh, and there's so much time that's gone right on by. Oh, and I didn't think one could be so wrong. Oh, and then one night I was a drinking and a thinking. Oh, in the bottom of the glass I could see Bessie's face so strong. I'm going down that road to see Bessie. Oh, and I'm gonna see her soon. Just going down the road to see Bessie Smith. When I get there, I wonder what she'll do.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom, baby, boom, boom.
I wonder
that
what
was awesome.
what is Bessie gonna do when we get there. I don't know. Who knows what she's gonna do? She's probably gonna sing the shit out of some blues because that's what she's known for. And she was a bad bitch too. Like apparently you didn't fuck with Bessie. If you messed with her, she'd fucking kill you.
Yeah, I would love to have a friend like that. Basically, don't fuck with her.
Oh, she was into the ladies too. She'd like to have you as a friend as well.
Hey man, we all need a well-rounded group of friends.
Yeah, she didn't take shit from nobody. Her and Billie Holiday both. Speaking of Billie Holiday, yeah, there's like a story of Billie. One time somebody said something, to her in a bar or something, and she took them outside and beat their ass.
Yeah, I like that.
I think she said something to the effect of like, "Hold my fur coat," and then she went outside and beat this dude up. And it's like, all right, get him. Back in the heady days of jazz, Yeah, let's just keep it going. I got, like I said, I got a lot of songs.
So you're going from very early into more recent? Is that the general
Well, more
vibe?
recent is in like 30 years ago.
Okay, technically time is...
shit, no, not even 30, like fucking 40 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
77 was when the Last Waltz came out. The band kept doing stuff. They just did it without Robbie after that, but that was the last time that they played together.
So what's next?
So we're going to do... we are going to do this song is called You Ain't Going Nowhere. A lot of people have done this song. I've heard a lot of people do it terribly. I've heard a lot of people do it well.
Why do you think they do it terribly?
It doesn't matter. It's all it's all taste. It's all
okay.
whatever you're into.
So just their style.
I don't know. It's like I used to be part of this open mic for 4 years that we ran at this dive bar in town, and yeah, I played this song a lot with a lot of different people. And
do you know what album it's off of?
It's on the Basement Tapes.
Okay.
So, but a lot of bands did it. The Turtles did it. Bob Dylan did it.
Such a good band name.
The Turtles? That's a great name.
Really? I mean, I love Turtles.
Nobody had it. That was back when people didn't. You could be like,
the band.
The Chinchillas. You could be the band.
The Muskrats.
The Muskrats. There's a song called Muskrat Ramble.
By the Turtles?
No, it's an old jazz.
See, that would have like brought it full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a good song. I like it. It's
Wait,
simple.
what's it called? I got caught up in the Turtles.
You Ain't Going Nowhere.
I feel like that applies.
Sure.
Not to anyone in particular, but just...
You ain't going nowhere. We are going somewhere, though. Soon.
Yeah.
Where, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
we're going. We're going.
Yeah, so the opposite of the song.
Yes, we're going. Yeah.
somewhere.
So anyway, this is You Ain't Going Nowhere. Cloud so swift the rain won't lift, the gate won't close and the railing's frozen. Get your mind off the winter time, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come in. Ooh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. I don't care how many letters you send. Morning came and morning went. Pick up your money and pack up your tent. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. And oh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots, and tailgates and prostitutes. Just strap yourself in time for the roots, 'cause you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. And ooh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. Genghis Khan and he could not keep it on, all his kings supplied with sleep. Ooh, we climb that hill and we'll see where we are. Ooh, ride me high, tomorrow's my day, my bride's gonna come in. Ooh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. Ooh, ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come, Nanny. Oh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. Oh, ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come, Nanny. Ooh, we're gonna fly down in my easy chair. There's that one. It's super. It just goes on and on. You know, because Dylan wrote a lot of these, and you know, Dylan is very wordy in the best possible way. He just pours out of them, which, you know, I wish I had that problem.
You know, I do remember this song. I didn't know the name of it, but the like ooey. Right,
Yeah, it's great. It's
yeah.
a great song. It's fun to sing. It's fun to do with you know, with a band. It's really easy to play, and that's one of the things about it. You know, a lot of the band tunes people like. They're just easy to play. They're easy to remember. Easy to sing. Great melodies.
All around, great songwriters. We should.
Let's give it up for the band. All right. So, you know, what good is a podcast? You know, people, yeah, I know you want the drama. Everybody wants the drama, and we never talk
What
about
drama?
that. Man, let me tell you.
What are we talking about right
already know
now?
what we're talking
I'm
about.
nervous.
So, you know, there's the drama surrounding the Last Waltz, and then
Okay, so backstory. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. The Last Waltz was a concert that the band put on for everybody, but there's a really cool thing that like many music towns and music cities do, which is they put on their own Last Waltz, but it's like super fucking dope because it's like all the local musicians kind of come out and do their own part and contribute. And so basically Richmond did one, and the first Last Waltz was probably one of my favorite shows that I have ever been to in Richmond, Virginia. It was at the Camel, and it was a packed house, sold out, super awesome. Great memories, great cast, if you will. The second year, however, we've never talked about this publicly. We very rarely talk about it, even like with our friends. But there was a little bit of drama. There was a little bit of drama for sure.
there was drama. So what happens is whenever you have people that aren't musicians getting involved with what musicians are doing, they tend to ruin it.
So
And
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, I just think like you should maybe explain your role in the Last Waltz and maybe then what went wrong, because the idea was a beautiful idea, you know.
It was a beautiful idea, and I played keys obviously and saxophone in the Last Waltz, and we all did this. We did it for mostly for a charity fund. It was
Feed more, I think.
to give all the proceeds to Feed More.
Yeah, it happened around Thanksgiving, so it was like a really wonderful way to like raise money for people who couldn't necessarily eat for
Right.
real. Like it was
Exactly.
a good cause.
And so we got we did end up getting compensated. I think it was like 100 or compensated monetarily. I think because that for it was like 100 or 200 person, which is awesome. Well, we weren't expecting to get really anything. We were just doing it for the fun of it because the
And
songs
for
charity and things like that. And that tends to happen. That's another one of my pet peeves. It happens a lot to musicians and artists in general. Is that we get asked a lot to play for free. We put in a lot of effort and a lot of years and a lot of time to learn our instruments, and then whenever there's a charity that comes around, it's like musicians always end up getting the shaft. Somebody's always like, "Oh, can you donate your time?" And it's like, man, and they'll have like a bartender and they'll have all this other stuff, and everybody gets paid but the musicians, because it's like you want us
and
there,
the photographers.
and the photographers.
Sometimes
it's like you want us there, but you don't actually want to compensate us for our time.
And this is a huge issue in the entire industry. Like
it is. It's huge.
If you're not represented, basically you'll probably get fucked.
Yeah, basically, if you're a fledgling musician and you're just starting out and you're in your local music scene, just be prepared to eat shit for a long time. You're gonna eat shit.
You guys are gonna eat shit.
You are. You're gonna eat. You're gonna not get paid.
And the fucked up part is if you like won't do it for free or for super cheap, somebody else will. And
always.
They don't necessarily need like top talent. And I'm not saying like every single venue in the whole world does this, but it's just a very, very common practice, and it's fucked up because other musicians let it happen.
Yeah, they do. Other musicians drive the price down, and it's a shame, but it's like musicians just get the shaft on a lot of things. And so anyways, getting back to the Last Waltz, so we were doing this, and like I said, we were going to do it for free anyway, like whatever.
This is year one that we're talking about.
This is year one, and it's like it turned out to be we didn't know if anybody was going to come at all, and it turned out to be a huge thing.
And you had many hours of practice.
Oh my God, we had we practiced for months leading up to this.
So many people, The cool thing though is a lot of musicians like guest star, and they do like one song, and there's like a house band.
Exactly, and I was part of the house band, so
you were on every song.
We were on every single song, and showing up every
week.
Practice,
yeah.
And then it came around to the second year, and it got bigger. It was going to be at another venue that was even bigger and held more people, and the tickets were going to be more expensive. So it was like more money coming in. I was like, okay, whatever, and we hadn't been told that a set amount that we'd be compensated. And
yeah, because you don't know how much you're going to make, and I don't know if that was like an oversight or should have been handled differently from the get-go, from the person who was organizing it. Not going to name names, but like,
no.
You didn't get shafted by the charity. You got shafted by the organizer.
Yeah, the organizer basically decided that they were going to pay a really expensive photographer, which is great. The photographer is worth the money. The photographer was not the issue as far as like, okay, you can guarantee this person money, but if you're not even going to let the musicians get a guarantee on what they're doing and they're showing up to every practice, like the photographer literally just shows up the day of the show, takes pictures, and gets a set amount. That's cool. I think the photographer absolutely 100% should get paid, but we were never even approached about, hey, you're going to make this much for doing this.
So to be clear, basically what went down and the way that all the musicians, like it was just mishandled, was that the organizer was going to pay a photographer to photograph the event, but promised $0 to each and every musician that put in months of practice for months.
Yeah.
I mean,
months. We were told we would get compensated, but there was no dollar amounts. It was no like.
I mean, it wasn't 100%. There's no contract.
Yeah, there's no contract. There was nothing. And I reached a point where I was over it. So I quit. I quit right then and there. I left.
Yeah, and I definitely think it could have been handled differently.
And that's what ended up happening, and I ended up looking like the bad person for dropping out.
But at the same time, you really just stood up for yourself.
Yeah, I stood up for myself. I was tired of eating shit. I'm tired.
Well, you're right. Well, like, why would you play a show that you put in months of practice for and not get paid? Well, not get guaranteed money, and a photographer get guaranteed money when they just agree to one day.
Exactly.
And I will say the photographer is an amazing photographer, worth every single dollar. But it's just the way that the organizer went about it. And I think it just shows like a huge freaking lack of professionalism. Like, that was hella rude.
It was rude. And it's
and then she's all like, I mean, this individual, no, not him. Anyways, this individual was like, probably like, I can't believe Sid did this. And like,
yeah, exactly.
Because you canceled like kind of close to the show.
No, it wasn't. I canceled in the summer, and it wasn't even until November.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I canceled.
Okay,
so this was early on, so I didn't leave anybody in the lurch as far as
cool.
But I just stood up for myself, and so it's a message to any musicians. You're coming up, don't take shit from these venues because they're going to try to walk all over you, and they will. Believe me, and there
are other ways to make money.
The entire music industry is full of people that are just vultures that are just going to walk all over you and tell you that basically in a local music scene. Well, there's nothing now because of COVID, but pre-COVID, it was playing a gig. For 3 hours, they'll offer you. I had somebody offer me $75 and a bottle of wine to play for 2 hours. This was just not even a year ago.
And that might sound good to some people, but it's like if you're trying to make a full-on living, like you can't live off of $75. And they're making a buttload of money.
And my dad was a musician back in the 70s, and the rates were pretty much the same.
Which is outrageous.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
So, if you're a new musician coming up, just don't take any shit. Do your craft. There's a thing about, not taking shit and sucking. You definitely put in your effort and your time, but don't let these venues walk all over you. And also for people that are doing charities and stuff, pay your people, man. There's a way to do both. There's a way to make it mutually beneficial for everybody involved. There's a way to get your charity paid. There's a way to also to compensate the musicians for their time and not ask them to do things for free. It's really rude that people just think so little of musicians. They want music at their event to make their event happening, but they don't want to pay people to do it. It's like, nah.
Right. Like, I would never go to my 9 to 5 for free.
Exactly.
Like hell no.
That's the thing. It's like everybody looks at music and stuff as like, oh, it's just a hobby or whatever. And it's like, no, when you go to it's the same thing.
It's just different than what normal people do.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, let's
let's hear something from the Last Waltz.
It's just, we're going to do something from the Last Waltz. I just wanted to get that out there.
And for the record, like, we don't hate anybody. It's just like sometimes things get mishandled. Sometimes there's miscommunications. And we want to have a better approach moving forward. And it's just we're laying it out there. We're letting y'all know how we feel. We didn't love how it went down, but we are moving up and onwards. And
kind of speaking for the musicians that are coming up that don't know that they can speak up. You can speak up. You can say something. Like, you don't have to take shit from any of these people. They don't owe you. They're not gonna. In the end, your local scene is not going to do anything for you. Like, they don't. No, don't worry about them. Like, you speak up for yourself. You think you're getting the shaft, it's probably because you are, and they'll try to convince you that you aren't and that it's a good deal, and in your gut if it's not, and trust your gut. Anyway, here's a song called It Makes No Difference. It's a beautiful song. I got all that out, got the rant out. I feel better.
And you know what? It makes no difference.
It does. It makes no difference. Ha! Makes no difference where I turn. I can't get over you. still burns. Makes no difference night or day. The shadow never seems to fade away. And the sun don't shine anymore. And the rain fall down on my door. Ooh, and there is no love like a truest love, one that dies untold. But the clouds never hung so low. Makes no difference how far I go. Like a scar that hurts, it'll always show. Makes no difference who I meet. They're just a face in a crowd on a dead-end street. And the sun don't shine anymore. And the rain falls down on my door. These old love letters I just can't keep. Oh, and like a gambler says, oh, read 'em and weep. And the dawn don't rescue me no more. Without your love, I'm nothing at all. Like an empty hole, it's a lonely fall. Since you've been gone, it's a losing battle. Stampeding cattle, they rattle. Don't shine anymore. And the rains fall down on my door. You so much, and it's all I can do, just to keep myself from telling you that I never felt so alone before. and the sun don't shine anymore.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that one felt good. That's such a good song.
Look, I just got all hyped up, and that just calmed me right on
Right?
down.
I did. You know, I didn't mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get so hyped up. But there's a lot of things. I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and a lot of times I don't feel like I'm allowed to have my opinions about certain things, especially in the local music scene. It's like, you know, some of the people here, they live and die by the local music scene, and you know, they think it's infallible, and I don't believe that's true at all. I don't think everybody's...
What is infallible?
Did I say infallible?
Whatever.
Like, not able to fail. I don't even know if that's a word. It feels like a word. If it's not a word, it's a word now. It means not able to fail. It is able to fail.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I agree now. I concur.
She concurs. But yeah, I don't think it's all honky dory, and you know,
It's not.
I think people will walk all over you if you give them the chance, and I've given all my chances.
Dang, shots fired.
No shots.
There are some cool homies out there, though.
There are. I mean, no, most of the musicians in the scene are cool. Most of them. So we're gonna do the wait. Speaking of that heavy shit. Everybody knows this one. If you know the words, sing along, or light a candle, or you know, whatever it is you do.
Whatever you have to light, whatever's next to you, light it on fire.
I pulled in the Nazareth. Oh, now I was feeling about a half past day. I just need a place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand, and that was all he said. Take a load off, Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Annie. And you put the load right on me. Oh, and I picked up my bag. Oh, and I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, well, and I said, hey, Carmen, come on down, let's go downtown. She said, I got to go, my friend can stick around. Take a load off, Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Annie. And you put the load right on me. You go down on Moses. Oh, there's nothing you can say. Just like old Luke, and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, oh, what about old young Annalie? He said, do me a favor, son, and won't you stay and keep old Annalie company, and take a load off, Annie, and take a load for free. Take a load off, Annie. Yeah, you put the load right on me. Crazy Chester followed me and he caught me in the fall. He said, I will fix your rat if you take old Jake, my dog. He said, well, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. And he said, that's okay, you can take him if you can. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and put the load right on me. On me. Right on me.
Woo!
All right. Everybody knows the way. My favorite version, obviously, is the Staple Singers when they did that on on the thing, on the Last Waltz. Also, Derek Trucks does a really good version of it with old Susan. Yeah. So this is definitely one of my favorite tunes. So Levon, you know, so all the members of the band, they were all from Canada, Canada, except for Levon. And Robbie kind of picked up. Levon used to tell a story. He's from Arkansas, so you know he's got that southern drawl and that you know southern dude. And Levon, what a great name that is. They're very biblical. Levon.
Is that biblical?
Oh yeah. So I think so.
Okay.
Sounds biblical. I think it is. Definitely maybe some Old Testament shit.
Anyways.
So they Robbie basically would listen to Levon's regalias of stories and battles and things from the South, and he ended up writing this song. And this song is basically about it's about Virginia in general and Robert E. Lee and the falling of Richmond and everybody celebrating the night they drove Dixie down. And that's the name of the song, and it's really good. And I'm gonna play it.
You do this song so well.
I like this one. Virgil Kane is the name. I served on the damn train. Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up them tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry and just barely alive. But May the 10th, old Richmond had fell, and it's a time that I remember oh so well. The night they drove old Dixie down, the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, the people were singing. They went la 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 la. Back with my wife from Tennessee, but one day she called to me, Virgil, quick, come see, there goes Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. You take what you need and you leave the rest. They should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, the people were singing. They went la 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 la. like my father before me. Oh, and I will work the land like my brother above me who took on a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, till a Yankee laid him in his grave. I swear by the mud below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down, the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, the people were singing, they went la 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 la. The night they drove old Dixie down, the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, all them people were singing, they went la 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 la. All the night they drove old, all the night they drove old, all the night they drove old. Oh, Dixie down.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
It's a fun song. That's just good chord changes. It's good. It's a good song. All right. So, at the end of I don't know how many songs we've played at this point, but I got one more, and
Ooh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
it's called "I Shall Be Released."
Ooh, this is a good one.
And this is the song that they sang at the end of the Last Waltz. This is when everybody, all the Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, everybody comes out and everybody sings together on this beautiful tune. This is called "I Shall Be Released." And thank y'all for watching and listening. This is also we're syndicating this as syndicating. Listen to these words I'm using as a podcast, so you can find it in all the places that you do listen to podcasts.
I like Spotify personally.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple. There's some other ones. Can't remember the names of them, but they're on there. So if there's a place that you get podcasts from, it's on there.
It'll also be on YouTube. On the YouTube.
It's going to be on the YouTubes. If you feel like donating, I'll have all the associated cash apps and stuff like that.
Yes, we are putting the money to Sid because he is recording a new record this year, and we are so thankful for everybody who's already contributed to hit contributed.
Thank you for your contributedness. Contribution. Well, contribution. So why isn't it contributed?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to tell people that you're doing
putting the
good
wrong
work.
syllables in the wrong. It doesn't matter. But we do
Watermelon.
really appreciate it, because some people have donated. Some people, I really do appreciate it. And if you're feeling generous, please do. Also, if you're looking to purchase my first album, AmericanParadoxRecords.com.
Good Way Home, baby.
Good Way Home. Or you can get it on Spotify, on them other places, on Bandcamp. I have other stuff too. I'll put all those links in there. Also have a Patreon where you get extra special stuff that you can't see anywhere else. So please.
We have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Also, like the song that you're about to do is so badass. So badass because you actually do it in your live shows, and it's by far the best like closeout of your set that I've ever seen. I fucking love this song. Everybody's like pumped after this song. We're all like
It's a great
excited.
song.
We're like, we just had a good night. We can go home.
It's
Oh,
even better if you have people doing harmonies. So once we get Gabrielle singing, she can do the harmonies on this, and it'll really fucking take off.
I got you.
But yeah, it's called "I Shall Be Released." Say everything can be replaced. Oh, and they say every distance is not near. So I remember every face of every man who put me here. See my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, oh, and I shall be released. Oh, they say every man needs protection. Oh, and they say that every man must fall. Yet I swear I see my reflection. Ooh, someplace high above this wall. Oh, and I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day, oh, and I shall be released. Yonder stands a man in this lonely, lonely, lonely crowd. Oh, and a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shouting so loud, and he's crying out that he was free. And I see my light come shining, ooh, from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, Well, thank you for joining us. This has been The Hang. I'm Sid Kingsley. This is Gabrielle Silvas.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for listening. If you want to watch it, you can go to YouTube later or on the Facebook Live. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.